They escaped the fighting. Now they claim they are being killed by the cold. Families from Helmand, Kandahar and other provinces in southern Afghanistan fled their homes because of the ongoing battles between the Taliban and NATO troops. They say this desperate camp on the edge of Kabul was the only place where they could find shelter. But ever since they arrived, they say they have been abandoned. This baby is clearly very unwell. His father, a farmer from Helmand, Abdullah, says he's already lost an 8-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old granddaughter.
There is no life here. People come here and then they die. If you can see our children and women, they are dying because of the cold. We cannot grow anything here. We do not have shelter.
Winter comes quickly here. The temperature has dropped significantly in the last 2 weeks. This man, Lalajan, shows us the graves, some of them clearly dug recently. He claims 14 children have died here from hypothermia and illness in the last few weeks. He says they placed the only medicine they could afford on top of the graves.
We did not have any shelter. Our kids were naked. Our children were soaked when it rained. How could they survive? God is looking after them now.
The UN says Afghanistan is the worst place in the world for a child to grow up. In one of the poorest nations on earth, these are some of the poorest of the poor. Here we are around 7 kilometres from the centre of Kabul, around 7 kilometres from the offices of the UN Refugee Agency, UNHCR, and the ministries of the Afghan government. They all know about this camp. However, the government deny anyone died here recently. They believe the people we spoke to are lying. It's impossible for us to decide who's telling the truth. However, what's beyond doubt are the appalling conditions here. One possible reason why they haven't been getting more attention is the fact there are some people here sympathetic to the Taliban. A Canadian journalist was kidnapped while visiting this area last year. She was later released, but people in the camp say ever since the incident, the authorities have virtually ignored them. James Bays, Al Jazeera, Kabul.